It's just weeks before the Prime Minister gives birth. Baby preparations are in full swing. The first couple settled into their new home in the Auckland suburb of Sandringham. Everything's going swimmingly. Jacinda Ardern plans to stay at home for the first 6 weeks before getting back to official duties, with Clarke Gayford taking on the job of full-time stay-at-home dad. Now, as part of an Insight programme from Sunday morning, Hamish Cardwell has been speaking to fathers who are in a similar boat and to Mr Gayford about this role.
In addition to all the usual pre-baby preparations, Clarke Gayford says there are still boxes that need unpacking dotted about the house. He says he's been receiving tips from all over, including quite a few pointers from members of the public.
As you might imagine, people are not shy about forthcoming with advice, and it appears that we have a book delivered at least once a week that has a note on it that says, this is the only book you'll need to read. And they're all completely different books. And I have a stack that must be about 10 high now, so yeah, it's a bit daunting. Which ones do you tackle?
Since the announcement in January that he's going to be the primary caregiver, he's had lots of stay-at-home fathers offer their advice about what to expect.
They all unanimously say it's the best thing that you're ever going to do. I haven't had anyone come up and whisper, run away, just yet.
Do they have more specific advice to you? Kind of things that are like, hey, look, these are the 3 things you need to do.
Just, well-meaning bits of advice around, what did some wise sage come to me the other day and said, become friends with your child through each stage of your child's development. And I was like, okay. He was almost stroking his beard as he told me this. And I was like, right, okay, I'll remember that.
Clarke Gayford says he's reluctant to hog the limelight.
By and large, I've been almost embarrassed about it in the sense that it's just something that it was pretty obvious that that was what I was going to have to do, and I don't feel particularly special about doing that because I do know that there's lots of dads out there that have been doing this for years and years and years. So to have attention around that being something special that I was going to do doesn't really sit that comfortably with me. But it's been nice when the dads have come up and they've been really excited to tell you about how it goes and what you have to look forward to.
The first couple aren't attending antenatal classes, instead taking a condensed working professionals version with a midwife. But he's toying with the idea of starting a parents group at the official residence, Premier House in the capital. In the Wellington suburb of Wilton, Brendan Miller is hosting this week's Dad's Coffee Group for stay-at-home fathers. It's been going since about 2011, and he's been attending regularly since he took over as the primary caregiver for his 2 daughters about 2.5 years ago, while his wife went back to work as a corporate lawyer.
It's pretty easy. We just we have a Facebook group that we use to communicate to the 50 or so members around Wellington. Every week we just chuck up an event, whether it's a coffee at someone's house or go and play at a park or go to a beach or just go and do something outside.
Originally from Edinburgh, Derek Milne looks after his 2 daughters, aged 6 and 4. He stepped into the role when the oldest was 3 months old.
It's certainly the hardest job I've ever had. It's long hours, tough bosses, always complaining, never happy. But yeah, I don't know, children test you, don't they? They push buttons that you never knew you had, and so I suppose it's that thing, you find out a lot about yourself.
So with a bit of experience under their belts, what tips do the dads have for a soon-to-be stay-at-home father? Craig Smith's advice is to the point.
Suck it up, yeah. Just do it, get on with it. It can be messy here and there, but at the end of the day, your kids will be thankful that you were there with them in those first few years.
But Derek Milne is a little more philosophical.
Yeah, just do it. Enjoy it. I think it's easy to get lost in the minutiae of tantrums and nappy changing and stuff, but look at the big picture and enjoy it. Remember to enjoy it because time moves fast and before you know it they'll be up and gone, and so yeah, enjoy it.
Now with just 5 weeks to go, Clarke Gayford says the anticipation is building.
Do you remember when you were young and you got your Christmas presents went under the tree too early and you just would stare at them and think, what's in that? What's in there? What's going on? It's like that now. So, the reality's there. We know that we're going to have a child, and now I'm pretty excited to meet it.
Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is due to give birth next month. For Checkpoint, Hamish Cardwell.